If all your pan bolts aren't tight, it's probably gonna leak. We're out screwing around the garage on Christmas Eve.
Yay. Yay.
My little worker bee. we're gonna worker bee it up, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Totally.
Oh, okay. So we have a couple things to do. We have a Christmas cruise we're going to be doing tomorrow night.
Second annual.
It's the second annual. My apologies. It's the second annual.
Get it right.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Anyway, we're going to do this Christmas cruise. We did it last year. We're going to do it again this year. It's going to be a little bit colder this year. Last year it was like 85 degrees. This year it's going to be like 30.
20. Yeah.
20
30,
something.
20,
It's going to be cold.
like that.
That's what we're saying. It's going to be cold. But we got a couple things. We've been driving Honcho a lot lately. Wouldn't say a lot, but more than we had been.
We have been this year.
Yeah. And we've, as you drive them, it starts to kind of show you some things. And one, we've got a little bit of a transmission leak we've talked about before. I haven't really messed with it yet, so we're going to get underneath it and see if we can figure out what that is. I also noticed that, I don't know if you can see it there, but see how it says live wire right there? And then it doesn't say it on that one? Well, it's because the header touched it and burned all the sheathing off. So we went and picked up some, of course we went to Summit. And got some of these guys here. I'm not going to put them on every one because, I mean, I hate these things. But I am definitely going to put it on that one down there. And we're going to double check the rest of them, make sure that we don't have any others that are going to try to burn.
Burn off.
Yeah, we don't need to burn off. We don't need to do that. And start arcing and start running like crap. Also, too, okay, so I have this dash piece that I bought. It's, where is it? It's over there in that brown box up there, okay? And it's pretty cool. It replaces the whole dash panel piece in here, so you can mount the screen. Now, I have an issue. I was gonna put it in, but I have an issue. And the issue I have is that if I put it in, it covers up the fuel gauge, because it covers this whole piece. And this little guy still works really, really good. And being that this thing gets like 4 miles to the gallon, if that, on E85, I really need this guy to be working. And I don't want to put an aftermarket unit in here because, let's face it, fellas, they suck. Okay, they're not good. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking I'm just going to try to take this piece off and either mount it here, somehow. Or, this AC vent that doesn't work because I ripped all that out, over here, like that. Little tick-tow, tick-tee-too, so I can still see all my other gauges, I mean the one, because none of the other ones work. But, so we got to do that. And then also, too, the rear end's leaking. So I need to pop the diff cover off, go ahead and change the fluid. And I've got some, we got a new gasket for it. It's the best gasket you can get. I don't want this thing leaking again. So we're just going to do what everybody else would do. Just load it up with this stuff and just squish it on. Huh? Yeah. So we're going to do that. Then we got to clean it up. Also, too, look, we all know, if you follow this car, we know we put a 12-bolt A body in this thing. And we didn't narrow it because, I'm cheap. And, yeah, I do things wrong. So, we haven't got the car aligned yet. So the rear end is not what I'd call centered exactly. It's just a hair to the driver's side. So I'm gonna try to get underneath there and just a little bit that way, because it's rubbing on both sides really, but really bad on my side because I'm fat. So, and then listen, I know I say this all the time, I'm gonna check the valves because we didn't do it last time. In the last video I said we were gonna do that. We didn't do that because Dave just went to town on, and he was like, fire it up, you know, and then we were just like, cool, let's go. And really, before we take it on a cruise, I'd like to check the lash for real this time and make sure it's good. And then I need to tighten up that power steering belt because I am sick and tired of it squealing. I think this pulley is just not quite lined up. I really need to space this out just a hair more, but there's no time for that right now. So I'm just going to put a little on it, and then and then hopefully that'll clear it up. What do you think, Jake?
Great ideas.
Yeah.
You are a genius.
I know. Yeah, and then we need to put air in the tires. And I think we're, you know, check fluids and we're ready to go. I mean, we should be able to get this done in like
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks tops. We got 2 days.
Yeah.
So a day and a half. All right. Here we go. All right, here's what we got going on here. We got a little bit of fluid here, which is coming down that line, so we got to tighten that up there. But this is what I'm concerned about. I think we have a front main or pump seal leaking, and it's hard to see. Let's see if I can get this over there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just leaking from the pan gasket. I'll be dang. Is it? Hang on. Here, take this. That gasket looks bulged right there. Maybe that's what it is. I wonder if I need to... It's not wet up there, I don't think. Alright. In the snout area, all along the front edge of this pan. Okay. I'm gonna grab me something here. It's hard to say. It looks like it's coming from the pan gasket, so we're gonna need to try to snug this bad boy up a little bit and see if it stop a leaking. Huh? Oh, you know, Jake, it would help if the bolts were tight. I guess Dad missed a couple of bolts when he was throwing this. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
There.
That is great.
Yeah, I think Dad just missed a couple of bolts here. I'll do a little. Oh yeah, that one's real. I don't know why the pan's leaking.
Maybe we need to pull the transmission out.
Well, you know, we always go to the worst case scenario first.
True.
God, was Richie underneath here tightening my bolts? God, it feels like it's Richie tight. All this feels really, really Richie tight. Oh yeah, these are all loose. What in the hell happened? How do these? Now, I know I tightened all these, so I don't know how this is. This is one of those deals.
Maybe they loosen.
Well, this is one of those deals, son, where you've always, like, especially with the car that's kind of rowdy, you've always got to go back and check your bolts and stuff. Usually after you drive it a few times, because the vibrations of the car, it will rattle bolts loose. And there have been plenty of guys who've destroyed their stuff by not being proactive.
I think that's what happened because the car.
I don't know. It had to have been, because there's just no way.
Richie never tightened them.
Hopefully that's got us pretty well hemmed up. I mean, if all your pan bolts aren't tight, it's probably gonna leak. So there's that. Yeah, that line up there, I didn't really have it on good. I'm glad I looked at that, because, you know, when you're in a mad dash, sometimes you overlook crap. And or you think you got it good and it's not, but maybe this will stop now. Don't mind that drip, that was something else. Got a little tail shaft drip, but it's Turbo 400. I mean, I think they just drip from the factory, don't they? Well, we got it all put back together on the inside.
Got the interior cleaned up. We got the interior back together.
We got the transmission leak fixed, so we think anyway. We'll find out, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. You know, a loose pan is a leaking pan, right? Let's face it. What an idiot. And then
Brandon and PJ and Taylor came over and we ran the valves and stuff. So
got the valve lash set. That was left bank needed it more than the right bank, so I'm glad we did it. And fired it up, and it runs good, sounds good. I mean, I think we're ready for the second annual Christmas cruise. So stay tuned. This is just a quick video showing you what we had to do to get ready. Some of the woes that we found from our lack of skills with mechanicking and lack of maintenance. Right? I know there's another channel that talks about maintenance and how important it is, and it's very true. Like, you have to maintain these things. You have to go back over them constantly because they shake, they rattle, everything's, you know, it's just, you know, and then plus heat cycle after heat cycle, and I think that could have been what contributed to the transmission pan, because I know I had it tight, but it's aluminum pan, you run it through a few heat cycles, it expands, things move, and you should always go back and check them, and, well, you know, we did, and it's good. So, I mean, I guess this is it for this video. What do you think, Jake? Should we call it a night? I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too.
If you're gonna see this, well, you're gonna see this after Christmas, but hope you had a merry one. But stay tuned, because right after this one, might take me a couple of days. Stay tuned for the Christmas cruise, because you're not gonna want to miss it. Always be liking,
Sharing,
and always be
subscribing.
That's right. We'll see you next time.